How I would describe sprints at this stage is engaging, a process, strategic, and within the sprint, the ability to think deeper through protocols. It's sort of taking the people away and putting this process in place for change and reform at the coalface. I feel for the first time in a long time, this is about teachers as researchers. It's not about the what, it's about the how.
Some words to describe sprints is that they're focused for staff and for students, that they allow for collaboration, for teachers to discuss data. It's data driven would be another one that I'd say. That it's structured and it gives us something that we can work towards and really define what we need to do with the students.
Half a day into the sprints workshop, what I've found is it's much simpler than I first thought. It's something that can be applied very easily in any school, in any context. And in the end, it's about the learners, and that is what the sprints is very much about. For me, the workshop's been firstly fun. Our presenters are engaging. It's systematic and it's comprehensive. And together, it's easy. And I think that's really in schools what we want. Something that's easy, easily implemented, but also it can be easily adapted. Where we're moving to now is personalisation, so personalising the curriculum. And it's obvious that sprints is something we could use. It's measurable, you know, it's all the way from that initial phase of identifying the problem through to how do we measure the solution and then evaluating the solution.
When school leaders are thinking and talking about assessment, they're often talking about longer term, you know, monitoring or evaluating over a longer period of time. But what we're thinking about with the learning sprints is actually really your mid to short term assessments, so more micro assessments. And Simon calls it lean evidence, but it's actually the evidence of student learning from the learning opportunities that they're engaged in their classrooms. So what is it that we're able to gather through the authentic, meaningful learning experiences that students are exposed to that supports us in determining the impact of our teaching decisions.
A lot of schools are wanting to get into this space because they want to improve student outcomes, and we know that schools are busy, and all the work that's already put into the way we plan and look at student outcomes and look at data. But this gives us a more focused approach into what's coming out of the data, what are the students, where they're at, finding a little bit more about where the students are at. And then delving deeper into, well, what's the content knowledge that we need to look for to help improve these students? What is it that we need to know as teachers? But also to have a look at what is the learning progression and what's out there, what's the research saying out there that can help support us in improving these students and continuing their growth and progress. I can see there's an opportunity for both the student and the teacher to learn in this process. Gather more information and make us better teachers at the end.